COVID-19 has changed a lot of things, but not the old-fashioned service.
We'll have breaks in this.
Every time you pull through the drive-thru
And
at Wendy's in Mount Vernon.
it'll take us a little
dinner or a lady
while to whack them out.
Is open 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
And
Monday through
next
Saturday,
week,
7 to 11 on Sunday.
this will be done next week. This week.
Pick, combos, chicken wraps, fresh
So we'll
salads,
have
and more. Pull through the drive-thru, place your order, be on your way. Service the old-fashioned way at Wendy's in Mount Vernon. Phone 606-256-5611.
Hi, this is Jerry Adams, Mayor of Broadhead. Congratulations to the senior class at Rockcastle County High School. Now it's time to stay course, keep up the good work, and make each decision carefully. We here at the Broadhead City Council wish you all the best for your future.
Here's a simple truth about higher education. If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
Well,
if a better financial
trying to
future
go
for
around
you and
some
your
of
family matters.
Then higher
some
education
of the bars and
matters.
restaurants in
From
Louisville
6-week certificates to 2 or 4-year degrees.
Hopefully I'll get
There's
to,
an option for
I'm
you.
working on
A brighter
organizing a
future is
tour
within
of
your
like
reach.
the,
Find out how
of
at
like the Midwest
kymatters.org.
sometime in the next,
By this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters
like the next few
Association.
months. We'll see how that goes.
David and
What about
Joan
you, man?
Hammonds at Hammonds Classic Cars realizes that our country's most valuable resources are the young people. We at Hammonds Classic Cars want to pause for this minute to recognize and honor the Rockcastle County High School senior class and to acknowledge the importance of your successes. Congratulations, seniors, from Hammonds Classic Cars.
All right, this is the beginning right here.
Welcome to Stars Across Kentucky with entertainers from all the genres of music. The roots of country music can be found right here in the Bluegrass State. From country, gospel, bluegrass, to comedy and R&B. We invite you to listen in with us today to enjoy the artists that are just beginning. Some that are hot in the charts and in the region. To those that are inducted into
Have
the
you seen me
Kentucky
working
Music
over
Hall
here?
of Fame.
You just
I'm
ignore
Charlie
me.
Napier, your host, and welcome to Stars Across Kentucky on WRBK.
Like I said, if I have to do something to sort of know that I'll be pulling them a spot or
around
something,
the world on WRBK.
you just sing and act like I'm not even here.
Starting after this intro.
Well, we'll chat and talk, and sort of. I know after driving through Mount Vernon, it keys you up, don't it?
Maybe a bit.
Get through all that traffic and stoplights.
Yeah, well, that first hour was rough. How'd you come? I-75, 64, 75?
Yeah, I think that way.
Yeah.
It's like when you said the WRVK sign, it's like I thought I'd seen that when I saw the one that was like leading to Sailor Furniture, and I got confused with that. I'm so sorry about
Well,
that.
that's I mean, that is confusing because there is a sign up there that says that, but we've not been up there for probably never. This has never been up there.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
That was an office at one time.
that makes sense. Yeah, I think I got you
For the
now.
longest time, I thought the station was up there myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's confusing. Yeah.
It was at Renfro Valley years ago.
Yeah, at the old barn, when you played down at the barn all those years, we just walked across the breezeway there.
Yeah,
And,
the breezeway area was in there years ago.
I mean, I always thought it ought to stay there. You know, it ought to have been it'd be fun to be sitting down there. Kevin could be doing a show and interviewing people on Saturday. You remember how Al used to do that? And, I mean, people from all over the daggone, and now we've got the World Wide Web, and I think it'd be a huge drawing card.
I always wished it went back there. Probably never happened. Just the atmosphere of it, where it's at.
Alrighty, I tell you what, it's been an interesting drive down for Nick and want to welcome Nick Teal. Is that the right last name, Nick Teal?
You got it, man. Nick Teal.
Okay, Nick. It's good to have you on board. Nick is from Louisville, Kentucky. Do y'all call it Louisville or Louisville? Or Louisville?
Yeah, we usually do end up calling it Louisville. Yeah.
Louisville. You know, you got one thing that I've been one time, but the Thunder over Louisville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's already been, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Yeah. Do you go to that?
I mean, I've been there occasionally. Honestly, I've never been too big on fireworks, but you know, it's a cool thing. I'm glad that. Yeah, I guess it's never been really my thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I understand that. We have a little one down here in the valley.
Oh yeah.
You know, every year, and looking forward to going back down there in July the 1st. And
Nice.
It's always little hometowns. You know, it's fireworks for little hometowns, and we have 20,000, 30,000 people down here. Nothing like Thunder over Louisville, but I mean they get it done up there. And I used to come up to the Executive West and East all the time for meetings.
All right.
Yeah, and you can get lost so easily.
Yeah.
But you were in Mount Vernon a while ago running around. What all did you see up there?
So, so I ended up going around the. I know there was I might have been right around the Rockhouse County Sheriff's Department and Sailor Furniture, and I know I'm not sure I saw the McDonald's. There was a Wendy's on the way in.
Well, you just zipped past it. That's what you did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, Nick, first of all, you're in the entertainment business. You're a young fella. How long have you been in?
So, of course, as playing guitar, I've been doing that since high school, so about 14 years, give or take. But as an actual professional musician, I guess I would say I started around. The first show I played would have been December 2020, so I really started right around the time the pandemic hit.
Well, that was a good time to start, wasn't it? A good time to practice, and of course you had already played quite a few years.
I had I'd actually just left a previous job of mine when the pandemic hit, mostly doing translation work for Turkish stuff, but once the pandemic hit, I was wondering what I was going to do about a job, and I'd kind of had music be second to linguistics at that point, being a linguist. But when that happened, I'm thinking, you know what? I'll go ahead and pick this back up, practice myself back up, get back up to speed on it, and I'll see where this takes me. And it seems to be going pretty well so far.
Well, now, did you learn your guitar by teacher teaching or?
I did have a teacher back when I was in high school. He was a jazz guy, Craig Wagner, and he is an amazing guitarist. I've been trying to pick up because I do a lot of the country, folk, bluegrass type music.
We're going to let you do whatever you want to do. I mean, this program is about you today, and Nick Teal is out of Louisville, Kentucky, and he's our star across Kentucky, coming a long way today to be on this radio station here, and we want to thank you. Jeff Parker is in company with us here today, and he's going to be a casual observer, and we're glad to have you, Jeff, on board here today, too.
Good to be here.
All right. We've got Nick, take off on something, whatever you want to go on.
Awesome. Thank you both very much. This first song is called Rectangles. Well, a man drove up one day in a fancy car. Said my TV and my phone ain't up to par. Don't you want a bigger screen, a louder sound, a brighter sheen? Well, I'm sure I don't know what he means. We're fine right where we are. They all look equally rectangular to me. And why I gotta be like them, I just can't see. Call me up if you can broaden my mind, otherwise you're just a wasting time, 'cause I got all the rectangles I need. Well, he had on a suit and tie and some French cologne, had shiny black shoes and his jacket was newly sewn. He said, what's the matter with your pants? You could use some pomp and circumstance. Well, that might be how they do in France, but I'm fine here at home. They all look equally rectangular to me. And why I gotta be like them, I just can't see. Call me up if you can break me strong, otherwise you just move along, 'cause I got all the rectangles I need. Well, he told me, son, I got some news for you. You can leave your house behind, you know it's true. You could be living in the lap of luxury. Just check the map, well, it all seems like a load of crap. 'Cause from a bird's eye view, they all look equally rectangular to me. And why I gotta be like them, I just can't see. Call me up if you can hold my scales, otherwise it's just an empty thrill, 'cause I got all the rectangles I need. Yes, I got all the rectangles I need. All right.
That was pretty cool.
Thank you.
And I noticed, Jeff, you took a little note there on taking your own break. That gazoo, I think those things were called.
Oh, yeah.
You really popped that up on me there and it caught Jeff and me both by surprise. Good job on that song. Good vocals. On
Thank
that
you
song.
so much. Yeah.
And everything was really good.
You write the song?
I did write the song, yeah.
So everything came up rectangles then.
Yeah, so
Or triangle.
So I actually went to grad school. When I went to grad school, it was in Austin, and my parents were helping me kind of figure out where I was going to end up living, and they were looking for a lot of things like, does this have a pool? What's the window situation? I was sort of looking for something that was cheap and close to campus, and so when we finally got to the place that I ended up living at, they were asking all these questions about the two different apartments that were available, and the person there was like, why don't we ask Nick what he thinks? So I'm looking at these two different apartments on this floor plan, and I'm just thinking, you know what? They both look equally rectangular to me, and since then I ended up turning it into a catchphrase and eventually a song.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cute, really.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's one of those kind that sort of gets your attention, and then you really flipped out on us there. Yeah, the cars all look rectangular to me.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, let's do another one, and then we'll take a break here and kind of keep up with the traffic along with you here.
Absolutely. Okay, so this song is called The Fat Lion. The fat lion doesn't need to kill, he's got all that he needs to survive. He goes down to the watering hole where the deer and the antelope thrive. He wonders why they never trust in him, he's a new kind of lion indeed. He used to hunt, but that was in the past, and now he finds that there just ain't no need. Oh yeah, he's a brave and a noble lion, that's what they all say. Oh yeah, tell me why the antelope dying Anyway, the fat lion never had no cubs, and his friends all say that he's mad. And so now he looks inside himself to announce all the hunger he's had. You'll hear him roaring in the wilderness, saying, can't we just all get along? Some lions bow their heads in reverence, but the killer keeps a dragging on. Oh yeah, he's a brave and a noble lion, that's what they all say. Oh yeah, tell me why the antelope dying anyway. The fat lion was alone at night when he laid down his head and he died. And all the lions that shunned him before, you know, they came to his funeral and cried. Well, he's a model for us all, they say. He's the best kind of lion around. If ever there was such an antelope, they were eaten too soon to be found. Oh yeah, he's a brave and a noble lion, that's what they all say. Oh yeah, tell me why the antelope dying anyway.
Teal here at WRVK, Stars Across Kentucky, and from Louisville, Kentucky. We'll be back with more, and Nick, hang on.
Working hard pays off. State Farm Insurance wants to thank the senior class of Rochester County.
You're bringing that sweat out there.
Maybe a bit.
Hard work and commitment you've already made.
I can run in there and turn that air up a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Renfro Valley Entertainment Center invites you to an evening of music in the New Barn Theater. June the 2nd, John Conley. June the 3rd, Muscadine. June the 10th, Josh Turner. June the 23rd, Johnny Lee. Book your tickets now online at renfrovalley.com. Valley Music Campground and Valley Music Liquor Store on site. Her future is determined by the decisions we make.
Right,
The graduating class of Rochester County High School has made a very important decision by staying the course and getting your high school diploma. We at Complete Home Comfort in Broadhead would like to congratulate the senior class for making the right choice.
We value education as Citizens Insurance Agency. We take this opportunity to say congratulations. Never lose your desire to learn, and great things will happen in your life. We at Citizens Insurance Agency wish you all the best for your future.
Oh, well, hang on here, Joe. Oh, brother. There you go.
Send your church announcements to WRVK, Post Office Box 7, Renfro Valley 40473. Or email them to manager@WRVK1460.com. Announcements will be made 3 days prior to the event.
Wonderful to meet you, man.
You too. Take care.
You too.
2:20 here on the clock on the wall, and Stars Across Kentucky from Louisville, Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Teal. Nick, you have a sort of a style of guitar picking that you see all different styles when you're doing this show. And I've noticed that you pretty much are a thumb and finger picker, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I try to vary it a bit, but that's the kind of thing that I ended up learning a lot of when I started out learning guitar. So yeah, I've kind of incorporated that a lot.
I like, he does some things that really catches your attention, like he sang while he changed his bar chord down 1 fret and never missed a beat or a lick of music. And that's pretty intriguing to see somebody able to do that or flip out that kazoo a while ago. I don't know where it came from. Did you have that in your beard or where?
I was kind of holding it like this while I was playing, and then.
Oh, you know, I never caught that part of it. It just really took me by surprise, and I think Jeff too. Well, let's go ahead and now these songs that you're playing, are you doing all your stuff?
Yeah, these are all originals.
Okay, these are all original songs, and I meant to ask you the backdrop. What song are you doing right now?
This next song is called "Drive You Home."
Okay, what is the storyline behind this song?
So, this song is about a friend of mine who was, you know, we're very good friends, and we remain so. Back when we first met, you know, they were going through a really rocky patch in their lives, and they just left someone. I mean, they just left their partner, and they were wanting me to fill that void. And you know, I deeply cared about them, but I was worried about getting too involved for a wide variety of reasons, especially because I felt like being in a relationship wasn't going to. I mean, I didn't feel like it was going to fix a lot of the things that were going on. But you know, I did really care about this person. I wanted them to be as safe as possible.
Okay, so not a ballad song. Is it going to be is this a ballad-like song or no?
Sort of a balladish song.
Okay.
This song is called "Drive You Home." The bar's almost closed and they're driving home while you're driving one last screw. And mine is the shoulder you're crying on about the hell he put you through. And there's a hole in mama's heart through which the liquor flows. You're begging me to patch it up, but that won't fix your woes. When you're worn and weary, torn and teary, feeling that it's all in vain. I can't be your man, but I'll hold your hand till you sober up again. When life's cold and steely, hold on near me, I won't let you be alone. I can't take you all the way, but I can drive you home. Your breath when we kiss smells of Jack and Coke, just like my mother used to make. I swear I won't judge for the path you chose, it's just more than I can take. So let's settle up your tab, I'll help you through the door. Though I could give you what you want, we both know you need more. When you're worn and weary, torn and teary, feeling that it's all in vain. I can't be your man, but I'll hold your hand till you sober up again. When life's cold and steely, hold on near me, I won't let you be alone. I can't take you all the way, but I can drive you home. Obligations, expectations breed contempt, they'll just weigh you down. So let me be your friend. Now it's a hard road we're driving down, but we made it through all right. So open your eyes and I'll dry them now. Hope you get some sleep tonight. And you can call me when you need, know that my word is true. You'll find someone to give you love, I hope that person's you. When you're worn and weary, torn and teary, feeling that it's all in vain. I can't be your man, but I'll hold your hand till you sober up again. When life's cold and steely, hold on near me, I won't let you be alone. I can't take you all the way, but I can drive you home.
Very good, very good. And yeah, I'm glad you told the backdrop to that story because it really made. I listened to it very carefully, and I could tell that you had a really close relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
And you wanted to fix them as good as you could, but you knew you couldn't fix them all the way.
Right.
Yeah. All righty, what's next, Nick?
All right, so this next one is a song that I'll be releasing as a single sometime. It looks like it's going to be in August. You know, I've had a lot of people tell me that, especially on the music scene, think that I'm such an angel because I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs.
Well, amen for you, and let me say that out loud here, folks. This is a great young man right here that will stand up and give that testimony. That's great. Super.
I really appreciate it. I mean, the honest truth is, I'm not really an angel because of that. It just means I've had angels watching over me my entire life.
Absolutely, yes.
And I kind of wrote this song from the perspective of someone who maybe didn't have that, and this song is called Angel Wings.
Okay, and I'm going to turn the air down just a little bit for you. I know you're awfully hot right now.
Yeah. Won't someone buy me a pair of angel wings to sail right over these cold and stormy seas? Feels like I'm drowning in an amber wave of grain. Well, I'm trying not to drink it, but it's all that numbs the pain. My friend above me, he flies on angel wings. His daddy bought them when he was just 18. When he looks down on me as I struggle just to swim, he'll never understand the state that I'm in. And I don't want no townhouse, no Mercedes-Benz. Just give me something to help me reach the end. And I don't give a damn about material things, but I want somebody buy me a pair of angel wings. When I was younger, I saw my daddy fly. Thought he had angel wings, and I asked if I could try. Well, he fell 6 miles and broke his smile into a toothless grin. He said, "Sonny, I can't help you fly. You just fall down again." And I don't want no townhouse, no Mercedes-Benz. Just give me something to make the cycle end. And I don't give a damn about material things, but I want somebody buy me a pair of angel wings. to help me reach the end. And I don't give a damn about material things, but I want somebody buy me a pair of angel wings. I said I want somebody buy me a pair of angel wings.
Well, you really got into that song, Nick. I mean, you get into your song. Of course, they were written from your heart, and again, that one right there, just simply because you live a morally good life by not smoking and drinking and things like that. That I appreciate, more than you could ever imagine, and I think that was a great witness for you to say that here on the radio. Now, you said you wrote several genres of music, right?
Yeah.
So tell me some of the genres that you write. Now, mostly you've been singing out of what genre?
So, I guess I would call myself Americana more than anything by virtue of that being more than anything. That's by virtue of me thinking of America as being so diverse, and I kind of try to encompass a wide variety of that as well. But yeah, so I do a lot of. I was raised on classic rock. That's the kind of genre that I kind of come from, and so when I do a lot of folk type music, a lot of it's also going to be heavily inspired by CCR, for instance.
Do you have some of that? I mean, we have a classic rock radio show here in the afternoon, and CCR, one of my very favorite groups.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, are you asking if I know any songs by them that I could play?
Yeah.
I could, yeah, absolutely.
Well, burn one down there.
All right, awesome, yeah. Okay, let's see, which one shall I do? Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hot. I know, been that way for all my time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, it can't stop, I wonder. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day.
Well, you get down into the deep emotions of these songs, don't you? Yeah, you dig down deep on them. Your voice range is huge.
Doing my best. I really appreciate it. Yeah, they've definitely been a huge influence on me. Yeah.
Where do you play in the Louisville area? Where's your favorite? I know you said you were playing professionally, and I can see that with the guitar picking, the singing. So what are some of the venues that you like to hang out at?
So one of my favorites as of late has been 21st Amendment in Germantown, which they do a pretty wide range of shows. For a while during the pandemic, they were hosting a lot of metal shows, but they've also branched out into singer-songwriter shows. I'll actually be playing there this Friday with a few artists, including, I believe he was on the on this show last month, Mr. Earl Bowman.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
Yeah, so I'll be there this Friday, and on June 29th, I'll also be playing a songwriter session there with some friends, Alicia Nicole and Cherry Chubb.
And you know something in the radio market that a lot of people don't maybe know, you songwriters, you go out and pitch your music and hope that somebody is sitting there that says, hey, Nick, how about me recording that song?
Yeah, so I know that's one thing that I definitely need to get more involved with, and I'd love to get more involved with. At this point, I've been trying to, I've sent some of my songs into a lot of national songwriting organizations, and I've been trying to hone my skills at it. I've gotten some really good feedback, like keeping some of my songs shorter and relating every line back to the theme of the song. And then there are some things that I kind of scratch my head at, like I've been told that some of my songs are a bit unclear, for instance, which...
Well, I think it does help, just like I asked you for storylines.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't on the CCR, but I asked you for storylines. And I think that does help an audience until they have gotten to know Nick Teal's style.
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, that does make a lot of sense. And, you know, sometimes I'll try to make... I'll try to paint as clear a picture as I can. Sometimes it's like I want to leave certain things as ambiguous and make people think about them a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
So it's like sometimes maybe my goals don't exactly align, and when I hear people say that this song is unclear, I find myself thinking, you know, what would happen if Bob Dylan sent in one of his songs?
Yeah, I got you. Well, and you know, I have been to one songwriter session in Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah?
And what was interesting about it, you had a younger artist, writing artist and singer, and two of the older artists that had had many recorded songs. And it was interesting to watch them. They were working individually, sitting in front of us, and you know, they'd take turns. They weren't backing each other up.
Right.
And they were doing just what you're doing with a guitar. And I'm sure there was somebody sitting out there, you know, it was a huge crowd, listening to these guys pick and sing their songs. And that's how you get your songs out there. And you've written quite a few, haven't you?
Yeah. I do have my album here, Still in Limbo. This has 9 original songs and 1 classical guitar cover on it. So yeah, and I've got an EP out called Love Was, and that's got 6 original songs, and I'm working on a few more. We'll see how that goes.
Do you post it out on the YouTube and some of the other Spotify?
Yeah, they are all on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all those places. Deezer, which I guess is like a French thing. Yeah.
Well, now, who have you played with that you would, you know, other artists that you would acclaim some connection to?
Well, you mean like, what kind of artists are you thinking
Well,
about?
artists that are out there, you know, already, you know, doing their songs, such as, I can't really think of a group that you might be picking with, but are there groups out there that you're picking with?
So I kind of head around to some of the open mics in Louisville that are run by Katie Did It of Monoset String Band, and I'll sort of practice a lot of my songs that way and get to know a lot of really awesome artists that way. Some that come to mind. I've been trying to get into a band for a while, but that's kind of not materialized because, I mean, you have to juggle so many other commitments that sometimes it can be difficult. But, you know, I have played with a lot of really incredible musicians. I would say, if I had to narrow it down to 3, I would say Cherry Chubb is definitely one of them, aka Amber Riggs. She does some like grunge country hybrid stuff, mostly in like the Radcliffe and E-Town area. But yeah, she's an incredible vocalist as well. Taylor Catherine is also a phenomenal artist. I might actually be playing guitar with her because one of her guitarists can't make it to a show coming up, and I might be filling in. We'll see how that goes. She has a song called "Sober Up" that just hit the airwaves, and that's a really incredible song that a lot of us enjoy. And then the other guy I would mention is Vincent Gleason, who he plays this really incredible like classical jazz folk hybrid guitar style. And when I played Drive You Home, a lot of what I was doing on the guitar there was kind of trying to imitate the finger-picking style that he had going on as well.
Well, have you, since your teacher, I mean, your teacher has taught you well. I've been listening very carefully to your, I guess, rhythm and your singing, and it all sort of just goes right where it ought to go. And your teacher has taught you well. Have you sort of developed your own style now beyond your teacher?
I feel like I've kind of incorporated a lot of the more eclectic influences there. And one thing I'll try to do is like I have in my head an idea of how I want to do certain things on a guitar, and I'll just try to figure out what's the best way that I can do this so that it sounds melodic and works with the style that I'm going for. So I'll kind of experiment with things like that. But yeah, I don't know if that necessarily answers the question.
Do you? Yeah, I think I heard you say you had written some bluesy music. You've covered quite a bit of sort of some ballad kind. And do you have a bluesy song that you like?
I guess I would probably consider Angel Wings to be one of my more bluesy offerings. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it. I've heard mixed responses as to what that qualifies as, but I guess I always thought of it as blues, but I'm not sure.
Well, the thing about music, and you know this very well yourself, Nick, is when you take these books like this one right behind me over here, and you look at a song that may be country, and then you look at it over on another book that's a rock and roll book, and you hear that country song is over there. So music crosses over because of audiences out there that enjoy those sounds.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of it crosses over.
And see, that's one of the things I love about putting all these different styles of music together, because a lot of this, when I think of genre, I think of it as part of a way to communicate a lot of these ideas and emotions to people. And it just feels really weird a lot of the time when I'm pitching some of my music to places like Submit Hub and all that. A lot of places will say that this song doesn't fit the blues mold, or this song doesn't quite fit the folk mold, which on one hand, awesome, that's kind of how I intended it, but then again, I do see where that kind of makes it a tougher sell for some Spotify playlists at some times.
Okay, let's get another song out here, Will.
Absolutely.
About to run out of time here.
Yeah, so how many songs do you think we got left?
About a couple.
Okay, a couple then.
You want us to go ahead and do a couple, and let me do a break before you do that, so that don't leave me stuck holding a break. And we'll be back with Nick Teal from Louisville, Kentucky.
Congratulations, graduates. The future is yours to command. Remember, it's easier to stay off drugs than it is to get off drugs. This message is from the Rockcastle County Unite Coalition.
The Drug Enforcement Agency, or DEA, tells us that 6 out of 10 fake pills contain a deadly dose of fentanyl. Fake pills look just like prescription pills. Remember, one pill can kill. Visit DEA.gov.
Living in Kentucky as part of the Big Blue Nation, we all become infatuated with statistics year-round. Kentuckians live by those numbers. Despite that, there are other numbers Kentuckians have come to die by. 3. Kentucky currently has the 3rd highest drug overdose rate in the U.S. 80% of heroin users started with prescription drugs. 1404. 1,404 Kentuckians died in 2016 from opioid overdose. With statistics like these, we must educate ourselves on how to save those we love that are struggling with this deadly addiction. The state of Kentucky now has resources available to help our loved ones who are struggling with addictions. Visit don'tletthemdie.com or findhelpnowky.org to save those you love today. We want you to live with the numbers of the Big Blue Nation rather than die as another statistic in the state of Kentucky. Again, those websites are don'tletthemdie.com and findhelpnowky.org.
As you can see, Nick, we are heavily into the anti-drinking and anti-drugs and things here in this radio station, and you made a good story there a while ago for us there. All right, what do you got coming up, storyline?
Oh, well, I actually have another song that kind of has a similar message. This song is about, this song is about one of my mom's ex-boyfriends who ended up having, or this was when I was very young, and he had this big screen TV with about 900 channels on it that I absolutely loved. And you know, you're a kid, you're like 10 years old, and you think that's so great. And then later I found out that he was kind of a jerk in very many ways. So we're going to see where that kind of goes. This song is called Big Screen TV.
Okay.
Well, my mama found a new man with a big screen TV. And when I'd get home after school, that's all I'd want to see. He'd walk in and greet me, he'd say, "Have a Coke there, Jack." It was only diet, he kept the good stuff in the back. He said, "I got 900 channels on this big old plasma screen. You can turn on any show you want, don't worry about a thing." And I found myself thinking, just how bad could this guy be if he was gonna let me share his big screen TV? Well, my mama found it troubling that my grades were getting low. And though she tried her best to guide me, her control was too remote. She was working in the daytime and he kept her out at night with a shiny brand new sports car and his favorite color white. She said, "I don't want you sitting by that big old plasma screen." But I had the volume up so loud I couldn't hear her scream. Plus he made sure my mama's eyes were too black to see, and mine were always blinded by that big screen TV. Well, they were black and white and red all over just like the evening news. But the only fights I ever saw were the ones in my cartoons. Well, my mama found him lying like a victim of true crime. Not even House or Billy Graham could rescue him this time. His life was dust, Lord, and to dust he did return. Well, I don't think it's the last time that man is gonna burn. I should have done some self-reflection on that big old plasma screen, but they came and repossessed it, trying to make his ledger clean. They stripped the whole damn house till there was nothing left to see. No more fancy sports car, no more big screen TV. Well, these days all I need in life's my friends and family. Don't want no fancy sports car no more. Big screen TV.
Adios to stepdad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or boyfriend.
Yeah.
Mama's boyfriend. Yeah, well, that really was more enjoyable after you told me the storyline.
Yeah.
And I was following along. 10 years old, and didn't leave too many good memories behind for you there, for sure.
See, that's the thing. He probably did leave some good memories behind, because I never saw the part about him. I never saw some of the darker parts about him. I just found out after the fact.
Well, that was good. Okay, you know, we don't have a lot of time here remaining, maybe enough for another song, I doubt it. But as something you mentioned a while ago, you said you went to school in Austin, Texas. What did you study down there?
So I actually went there for Middle Eastern studies, and so I was training to be a linguist, and basically when I was growing up, I told my mom I wanted to be a rock star when she asked what I wanted to be when I grow up. And she wasn't destroying the dream or anything, but she did say, you know, sometimes people have second careers before that takes off. What do you want yours to be? And I found out I was good with foreign languages, and so I ended up going to school to learn those and get more familiar with the Middle Eastern region as well.
So how many languages did you acquire during that study?
So while I was there, I got a lot better at Arabic. I took classes in Turkish and Persian. So those are like the big three of the region. And then I also ended up branching into Russian.
Wow.
Yeah, partly because there's so much going on with Russia in that region. Partially because there was a girl in my Turkish class I was trying to impress.
Well, I can't blame you for learning in Turkish there then. But that's quite impressive. Have you been asked to interpret for any particular organizations?
So right now I have a day job where I do some translation stuff, mostly Arabic, but I pretty much do vetting for companies when people in the U.S. want to do business overseas.
So you interpret what they have written down in Arabic? Is that the deal there? I find that really interesting, and I would love to know some of the languages there you have mentioned, because I like to read news, and sometimes I'll get on some site as I follow the Ukraine situation, and it's written in some other, language, and I'd love to know some of that. So you can interpret those languages, I would suppose.
Well, I can definitely read them very well. Varying degrees of being able to understand the spoken language, because at one point I was more or less fluent in Turkish, and I've had varying degrees of fluency in Persian, Russian, and Arabic. I'm a lot more comfortable with the written language, I would say.
Well, I'm glad you didn't sing today in those languages.
I can if you'd like.
Well, we don't have any time left here. We got about 40 seconds. Can you do something in 40 seconds?
I can sing the chorus of this song.
All right, 40 seconds worth.
Alexandra, Alexandra, этот город наш с тобою, стали мы его судьбою, ты вглядись в его лицо, чтобы ни было в начале, утолит он все печали. Вот и стало обручальным нам садовое кольцо.
You're an impressive young man, Nick. I'm glad to have met you, pal. Got a lot of writing talents, and you're a well-educated young man. You've got good values, and got a lot going for you. So we look forward to maybe one of these days to seeing you again. Thank you, Nick Teal, for coming all the way from Louisville, Kentucky today to be definitely one of our stars across Kentucky here.
Well, thank you very much, Charlie, for having me.
This news and weather is brought to you by Community